So we have our audience. They're all really excited to be here. Okay. Back to me. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Bailey Durbin, and today I'm going to be telling you about why play matters in early childhood education. As a preschool teacher, the main question I get all the time is, when do they actually learn? This is usually after you peek into my classroom and you see kids playing with food in the kitchen, painting pictures, talking all at once, moving from center to center. It looks like chaos, but to me, it sounds like children learning. Today, we will be looking at 3 ways that play helps children develop. We have cognitive development, social emotional development, and physical development. But before we jump into the research, I wanted to share to you some moments from my classroom. It's a video. So without context, that might look like a game of musical chairs, but it is so much more than that. They are listening carefully for the music to stop. They are following directions, practicing self-control, moving their bodies, and learning how to win and lose with grace. That is so important, and the best part is that they don't even realize that they are learning. As a preschool teacher, I get to witness this every day. Someone might struggle with a skill on a worksheet, but they will master it in play. So because of that, I wanted to learn more about why. So let's start with the first way that play helps. Cognitive development. I know that this sounds like a fancy educational term, but really it just means how kids learn, how they learn to think, how they learn to solve problems, remember information, and make sense of the world that's around them. When you're building with blocks, putting together puzzles, building with magnetiles, they're doing more than keeping busy. They are asking questions. Why did my tower fall? Or how can I make this stronger? They try again, and that is problem solving. According to the Office of Head Start, play helps children develop language, literacy, math, science, and problem solving skills. I see this almost every day. A child will spend 10 minutes trying to build the tallest tower in the room, and it falls over. They get frustrated, but then they try again. To them, they're just building a tower, but they're actually learning perseverance, critical thinking, and how to learn from their mistakes. The National Association for Education of Young Children, that's a mouthful, I'm just going to say NAEYC from now on. They explain that play encourages creativity while helping children build important cognitive skills. But of course, children aren't always playing by themselves. A lot of playing takes place with other people, which leads us into social emotional development. If you've ever spent time around preschoolers, then you know that they do not always agree. One child wants to be a doctor, the other wants to be a doctor. One wants a blue block, and the other one already has it. It's frustrating, but it's a learning opportunity. Through play, children learn how to communicate, cooperate, and solve conflicts. According to the NAEYC, still a mouthful, play gives children opportunities to build self-confidence, practice social skills, and learn to interact positively with others. One of my favorite places to watch this happen is in the dramatic play area. So I have a little funny story actually. I had 2 little girls in my class. They were playing in the doctor center. One of them is the doctor, the other one has a baby doll, and it's going to be the patient. So the girl being the doctor, she asks all these questions. When's the last time that she ate? Is she feeling sick? She's writing it all down on this little pad. And after they go back and forth for a little bit, the girl that is pretending to be the doctor says, well, your baby has diabetes. So that was a science lesson I was never going to teach, but later on I asked her, her grandfather had diabetes, and she said that if he eats too much sugar that he will get sick. So she thought that was why the baby was sick. So I just remembered that children are constantly observing, and they bring those experiences into the play. According to the NAEYC, this kind of play helps children develop social skills, confidence, and positive interactions with others. The National Institute of Health also explains that play helps children build relationships and learn how to manage their emotions. Play doesn't just help children grow mentally and socially, it also helps physically. So when you think about play, you're probably thinking of this. Kids running, climbing, jumping, balancing, riding bikes, digging in the dirt. All of these help children learn coordination, gross motor skills, fine motor skills, and healthy growth. I see this in my classroom every day. We do a lot of stuff with like cutting scissors, stringing together beads, building blocks, and of course playing outside. This is just strengthening muscles that they will use from everything from writing their name to tying their shoes. This is, according to the Office of Head Start, play helps children strengthen both large and small muscle groups. The National Institute of Health also reports that active play supports healthy growth and overall development. It's a really nice little picture. They're just playing. After everything we've talked about today, I hope you hear that phrase a little differently, because now we know when children are just playing, they are building with blocks, pretending to be doctors, running around the playground, even playing musical chairs. They are doing so much more than just passing the time. They are learning how to think critically, communicate, build relationships. They're strengthening their bodies and developing new skills they will use for the rest of their lives. Play isn't taking time away from learning. Play is learning. Today we looked at 3 ways play helps children develop. We talked about cognitive development, social emotional development, and physical development. So the next time you walk into a preschool classroom and there's kids running around, it's so loud, pray for the teacher first, and then second, remember that these kids aren't just making memories. They are building confidence, solving problems, learning from one another, discovering the world that is around them. What looks like play is actually some of the most important learning that they will ever do. Thank you very much. Now you guys clap. Yeah! Clapping because you enjoyed it, not because it's over.